guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Katie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my experience apartment hunting in New York City. I can't even believe that. That's just so crazy. I feel like I have watched so many of these for so many years and now I'm making one and I got to live it and I'm currently living it. Like, it just all feels like a dream. I just can't believe this is my real life and I'm so excited to finally be sharing all of this with you guys. But before we get into touring the apartments that I saw, which I saw a total of 9 apartments, I wanted to go over some requirements in case you're also wanting to move to New York City, just like general requirements when you're trying to rent an apartment. So I have my handy dandy notebook here and I took some notes for you guys. First things first, general criteria for renting. You have to make an annual income 40 times the rent. So let's say you're trying to get it approved for an apartment that's $2,000, you must make at least $80,000 a year in order to qualify for that apartment. You also need a credit score of 700 or higher. You need your 2 most recent pay stubs, your most recent bank statement, and most recent tax return, which is usually from the year before. Also, a letter of employment. Every landlord and every building may require additional things, but those are like the general requirements for renting in New York. My building also required that my job verify my employment, and that means that they contacted my employer and wanted to have like a conversation just to verify that what I was showing them in the offer letter was factual information and that this was a real place. I'm actually going to be getting paid this much money. So I don't know if that's like a common thing. I did experience that as well. Maybe because I'm young, like I really don't know, but that is something that I had to deal with. Now I'll talk about the things that I was looking for, my personal requirements for an apartment. I needed the apartment needed to be pet friendly because I have Miss Rosie girl with me and she's my dog, so I need her to be able to live in the same place that I live. I also wanted my apartment to be close to my job in a particular neighborhood, which I won't disclose just for safety purposes. I just didn't want to have to commute for a super long time, so I wanted that convenience factor. I wanted an area that I felt safe in. Even touring, I feel like I could get a vibe of the area I was in and the neighborhood, what the general people were like. I also went back to these areas at nighttime to see how I felt. Some areas are a little more desolate, or there's different types of people out and about at different hours. So I wanted to experience that and be really sure about the area that I was choosing to search apartments in, and I really loved it both times. And last requirement is obviously my budget, which was $3,000. I feel like that's a lot. I know it's very controversial topic. Very tippy top of my budget was $3,100, but I really just did not want to spend that much. So my ideal budget was anything $3,000 or under. Now moving on to nice to haves. Obviously, you're not gonna get everything that you want in an apartment here. You have to really think about like what are your main priorities, what do you really need out of this apartment, and then what would be some things that would be nice, like little luxuries. Obviously an elevator building or a doorman would have been nice to have, but considering my budget, I pretty much threw those out the window. I wanted ideally a 1-bedroom apartment. I was okay with like an oversized studio if the layout was nice, where I could kind of separate the spaces myself, even though there wouldn't be like a physical door or wall, where I could arrange the apartment to look like it was a 1-bedroom. But ideally I wanted that 1-bedroom just to have that separation of space and for my own mental health. Also, I wanted good natural light to come in. Like, I didn't want my apartment to be super dark if I could help it. Laundry in my building or laundry close by, close to like grocery stores, public transportation. Basically, location and convenience are a big factor here, especially when you're walking most of the time and using public transportation to get around the city. So I wanted to have accessibility to those things out of convenience for myself. I wanted decent sized closets and storage. That's also really hard to find, especially in this price range. I still have a lot of things, you know, and buy more stuff if I wanted to, because What can I say? I'm just a girl. How I found the apartments that I was touring was through an app called Street Easy. I've heard a lot of people use this, as you can really use their filters to narrow down your search. You can also look at neighborhoods that are specific to Manhattan. Wherever it is that you're looking to live, they narrow it down to specific neighborhoods, to those boroughs and those areas, and I just feel like that's great. They even specific to New Jersey as well. That's how I found all of these apartments, and I actually ended up meeting my broker through one of the listings that I inquired about, but I ended up seeing quite a few. I think 9 is pretty decent. I know a lot of people see a lot more than that, but I absolutely fell in love with certain apartments, as you'll see. I felt like I just didn't need to see anything else because I was sold, which is a great feeling, because I know that that's not always the case. Now that you have all of this background information that you probably didn't need or want, but you have it, so you're welcome. Let's get into my couple days in New York City, exploring and also touring these apartments. First apartment because
we didn't fit inside.
First of all, it was nothing like what it looked like online. Even the realtor, it was his first time seeing it. He was embarrassed.
His eyebrow was arched for like 5 minutes.
It was embarrassing. So on to the next. We're actually going to get some food now because we're starving. I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep and 1 coffee. I feel like I didn't explain that very well in that clip. Let me paint this picture for you. You go up this set of really steep stairs. The whole time he's like prefacing almost and slash apologizing for what we're about to see. And when he opens the door, it is the darkest room that I swear to God is about this big. There's the kitchen that looks like it hasn't been updated in 65 years. There's a window that faces a brick building, but it's so close that there's literally not even a hint of light. It smells like food inside of this apartment, and everything was just really tight and small. It was the only studio that we saw. There wasn't even a bed inside because the person that was living there was moving out. They had a couch, a whiteboard, and a swivel chair, and the apartment felt really tiny. I think the realtor saw both of our faces and was like, yeah, this is an absolute no for them. And that being the first apartment we saw, I was scared, but I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this influence the rest of the day. We're gonna just pretend that didn't happen and we're gonna restart. Anyway, back to the vlog. So the first apartment you're seeing is apartment number 2. This was a 1-bed, 1-bath for $2,900 in an elevator building, which was super nice and shocking. I really liked that this apartment had a separate bedroom. I loved all of the exposed brick walls. I'm a sucker for character, and I thought the bedroom was a pretty decent size, and so was the closet. The only cons to this apartment to me was that the living space was pretty small, which you'll see now. I felt like it was also kind of dark in there, and the outside of the building was really dirty. There was only 1 closet, but you know, it is New York, so I was just trying to keep an open mind, and I did consider applying to that one. Next was apartment number 3. This was a walk-up building, again 1-bed, 1-bath for $2,900. This one was really nice lighting. There's a decent sized living space. I loved the French doors that opened up into the bedroom, and I just thought it was a decent size. The only cons to this one was we weren't seeing the actual apartment that I would be renting, which worried me. and there was only one closet again. Then apartment number 4 was a 1-bed, 1-bath for $2,750 in a walk-up building. I loved this apartment. It had multiple closets, spacious rooms, had a dine-in kitchen. Like, look at all this space, all the cabinets. I just couldn't really believe that I found something in my price range that was this nice. In addition to that, there was no additional pet fee, and heat, water, and electric were all included, and there was laundry round the block. Later that night, we went out to dinner. Me and my mom went to La Pecora Bianca, just a classic for us whenever we're in New York City. And it was so delicious, never disappoints. It's March 28th. It's a Saturday. We're leaving New York City. I didn't give any updates on how the apartment hunting went. So basically, after the apartments we saw on Thursday, I really loved one of them. And I filled out an application. I've been in contact with the realtor, and she was like, "You're going to get approved. We just need your job to verify your employment. Otherwise, the management of the building won't accept my application." And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. Yesterday morning, I completed like my background check, fingerprints, blood work, all of that onboarding stuff you have to do when you're being hired at a new facility. My person from the talent team that was helping me do all of that stuff, she's been super helpful and super nice, but she went back and forth with me and her supervisor trying to get everything figured out. But at the end of the day, their policy doesn't allow them to communicate with anybody and verify my employment until all of those clearances are back, which won't happen for like 1 to 2 weeks, maybe faster, but we don't know. So obviously they can't put the apartment on hold for me for that long. So I was really disappointed, and I didn't want to talk about it yesterday. I cried a little bit, but you know what? That's life. And now that some time has passed, I realized that maybe that just means something better will be waiting for me when I'm ready. And to make myself feel better, I did go to Los Tacos #1 with my mom, and she finally understands why I love that place so much. So if you haven't been there, you need to go and get the, what is it called? Adobada tacos. It's a pork taco. It's life-changing, just trust me. And got Van Leeuwen, my classic pistachio ice cream in a waffle cone. And then the surprise of the whole day was we went to see Chicago with Whitney Lovett. We went to tickets, and the guy was like, "Yep, we had 2 tickets sitting next to each other." He offered us seats that were like off to the side in the orchestra with a partial obstructed view for like $80-something. And then he said, "Or you could sit in the middle of the orchestra for $135. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay the difference. This was my treat for me and my mom, and it was worth every penny. She was so amazing. I had never seen Chicago before, and I absolutely loved it. It was great seats, a great show. It was so much fun. Now we're about to head out because the airport and TSA lines have been so ridiculously crazy lately, so we're leaving like very early, but obviously not before
Blake Street.
I get a good coffee on the way out, you know? And my mom had to have a Nathan's hot dog. So yeah, that's the update. I'm gonna stay in touch with my realtor. She told me that more apartments should be coming on by next week because it's the start of a new month, so people start moving out. and more things become available. So fingers crossed everything comes through by next week and there'll be an apartment that I want. So I'll keep you guys updated. And now on to apartment number 5. Sorry I was recording vertically here, but you're still gonna get a good idea of the apartments. I really liked this apartment. This one was a 1-bed, 1-bath for $3,050. Also a walk-up building. Really spacious, great lighting. I loved how big the kitchen was and that it had like that little breakfast counter or bar counter, whatever you want to call that. It was really spacious. Could have made it 2-bedroom, but obviously I don't need that because it's just me and Rosie that are going to be living there. The only cons to this apartment for me was that it was at the very top of my budget and I just really did not want to spend that much. So obviously I wanted to keep looking, but I really liked the closet space and everything about it. Next is apartment number 6, another 1-bed, 1-bath. This one was $3,200, so obviously right off the top, out of my budget, but I still wanted to see it. It was so pretty, so spacious. I loved all the windows, the lighting. I loved how big the kitchen was. I wasn't a huge fan of the cabinets, but obviously I wasn't going to be super picky about something like that because just get over it and add like your own little accents to it. But I loved the layout. There was laundry on the block. I loved that the bedroom had a nice big closet in addition to the one that was in the hallway. So yeah, sad that it was out of my budget, but I really did like it. Then apartment number 7 was another 1-bed, 1-bath, also $3,200. This one was nice, but honestly to me, the bedroom felt a little small and it was kind of dark, which I didn't like. It was also on the first floor, which for safety reasons, I didn't want to be that close to the ground floor. I feel it could be loud because you're so close to the street, but other than that, I really loved how big the living area was. Like the kitchen was nothing special to me, but it was there, it was nice, but again, over budget, and I just thought I could get something better within my budget based on what I had already seen. Then on to apartment number 8, another 1-bed, 1-bath. This one was $3,100. I thought this apartment was pretty nice. It's hard to tell in these clips because they didn't have the electricity on, so it was kind of dark in there. I feel like that also gives you a good idea of the type of lighting this apartment gets. Again, only really good in that living space from those windows, but I absolutely loved the living area here with the exposed brick fireplace and the layout of the kitchen with the living room. I just could imagine like a cute little sectional there. It was really nice, but again, very top of my budget. Last apartment, apartment number 9. This one also a 1-bed, 1-bath. This for $2,850. The lighting in here was super nice. Great closet space. I loved the layout of this apartment a lot. It felt really clean and just like nice sizes. It wasn't anything huge, but nice size. You can tell pretty updated. Pet friendly as well. Laundry in the comp. My only con to this apartment was that it had a pretty small kitchen. I just bought my couch at the Macy's on West 34th, which is the iconic Macy's. Bought my couch at Macy's and headed home to celebrate signing my lease.
Cheers to the apartment.
So now you're probably all wondering, well, which apartment did she pick? Should I gatekeep? I think you've waited long enough. You've all been very patient with me, and I think you deserve to know where I'm living. Drum roll, please. We live in apartment number 9. I love my apartment so much. As soon as we walked into the apartment, it just felt like peaceful, and I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I just got like such a good feeling being in there. I felt safe, I felt calm, it felt homey, and it made me feel so happy to feel that way. I'm a really big energy person, and I hadn't really felt that in the previous apartments except apartment number 4. I wanted apartment number 4 so fucking bad. Crashed out about losing that apartment, but it's okay because you know what, now we are in apartment number 9 and I love her so much. We are so happy here. I love my neighborhood. I love how clean it is. I love that we're in a pet friendly area. We're walkable, like all the things that I was looking for in an apartment besides the elevator and a doorman, I basically got. It makes me so happy to live somewhere that I feel safe being by myself with Rosie and being in an apartment that just felt like home without any of my stuff even being in it. My mom had the same exact feeling and she just felt at peace. It's like, I think this is your apartment, and it was just a really special feeling. And now I live here and I've made this little place my home, and I can't wait to show you guys how I've decorated and just how I've been creating my own little life here, me and Rosie. So yeah, that's my apartment hunting experience in New York City, moving out for the first time. I honestly can't believe that this is my real life and I'm making my dreams come true. It feels so special to be able to document all of this, not only for you guys to see, but to have these memories to look back on like, wow, I really did that. That's gonna be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for being here and coming along on this crazy journey with me. I can't wait to continue sharing more of my life here in New York City, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, if you haven't already, to please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.